Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jake. I am a full-time couch flipper down here in Tampa, Florida. And essentially what I do is I buy couches below market value and sell them at market value. If you are new to the channel, I do appreciate you guys. Please hit that subscribe button and notification bell, and you will get notified whenever I do drop a new video. I actually have a lot to go over this week. I had a record week last week, hit the most sales I ever have in 1 week's period. And I also had a record day, and I kind of wanted to go over that day, how much I made and how it kind of happened, and how I plan to replicate what happened last week and do the same thing this week. I do think it is possible. Before I get into my numbers last week and all my sales, my profits, and my units, I do want to kind of talk about the units I do have in the garage. Not going to go over in detail, but I do have 8 units in the garage. After a really successful week, I am super proud of that, and I do have some deliveries and pickups tomorrow as well. So it's just been crazy busy. I do know a lot of this has to do with stimulus checks, and I know a lot of it has to do with tax returns, and just the fact that buying new couches is on a major delay right now. I have family members back in Michigan who are waiting 3 to 6 months on new couches that they've ordered. So I do know I have a lot in my favor, and I plan to capitalize on all of that. And I will kind of go over my numbers and explain to you guys how you can capitalize on it too. So let's get into it. All right, so like I said, I did have a record week last week, so I'm super proud of that. I did sell 8 units, and let's start with the first one. So the first one was a blue couch and love seat right here. It was a set that I bought for $175 and flipped it for $300. I also did a tan sectional that we got for free and sold for $500. We also did a brown sectional that we bought for $160 and sold for $265 or $275. We also did a gray sectional that we got for $200 and sold for $675. Another gray sectional that we got for $150 and sold for $800. We also did a khaki sectional that we bought for $200 and sold for $450. Also, we did a white leather couch. I picked up these 2 white leather couches right down the road from my house, literally like 3 minutes away. They were for free. It was like a curb alert. We just went and picked them up. And since there were 2 couches, not a couch and a love seat, not everyone likes that, so we split it up. Either way, it wasn't really a big deal. We sold one of those couches for about $40, and then another one, we had an accent chair that I got from a previous set that I decided to split up. So we did a white couch and the accent chair, and we sold that for $100. So nothing crazy, but we did do total sales was $2,633 last week, which is amazing for 1 week. It was kind of an eye opener for me, like back in the day when I was only making $3,000, $3,500 a month, and I'm sitting here now producing $2,633 in 1 week. So your mind kind of opens up and sees what the possibilities on what you can really do and how much you can really make, especially with working for yourself. So this week was a real big eye opener for me. So yeah, like I said, we sold 8 units. A couple really great profits, like the one that we got for free and sold for $500, or even the one that we bought for $200 and sold for $675. We're finding really good deals out there. We actually, like I said, we have 8 units in the garage right now. That one that we sold, we got for free, and we're selling tomorrow for $375. So there are plenty of inventory, at least where I live, and I'm sure there are where you live as well. You just got to, be searching the internet and be working really hard on that. So to go kind of back on what I was saying, we actually had 2 days that we hit over $1,000 days, which is cool. I've hit $1,000 days before, but the best day that I've ever had that I hit this last Friday was actually $1,800. We sold 4 units that day, and the best part about it is everything was lined up perfectly to where first thing in the morning we went and sold the unit 30 minutes north, dropped it off, drove a little bit longer, a little bit more east, like 25 minutes or whatever east, to pick up a unit and take it back. That unit was, I cleaned it real quick, posted it, and then that afternoon I had another delivery that was south, and as I was going from that delivery, we had to pick up on the like a roundabout. So everything that particular day worked out perfectly. We had, like I said, in the morning we had to pick up in a delivery that just logistically worked out. In the afternoon we had to pick up in delivery that logistically worked out. I think 2 of the 2 of the pickups and deliveries were actually in apartments, but they were first floor, so it was easy. It was one of those, everything was just kind of rolling. And then we also sold another couch that we already had in the inventory from a day or two before that we sold. And then it was crazy. So me and my wife were out with our son, and we weren't really sure what we were gonna do. Or might we go out to eat, we might not. And we got a text. The girl was like, "Hey, I want to pick up this couch. Can you please deliver it today?" We're like, "Well, we can't do it tonight because we were busy, but we'll make sure we do it tomorrow." She goes, "I'll pay you $100 extra if you could do it today." We're like, "All right, fine." We didn't really have anything set in stone, and it really wasn't that big of a deal. The very next day, we actually went out on our date, so it didn't really even mess anything up, but that extra $100 in our pocket was worth it to us. So like I said, it was just one of those days where everything just kind of worked out. The sales ended up being $1,800 that day, and that to me was when my mind was like, holy smokes, like there's a lot of people out there that are not making $1,800 a week, or $1,800 every 2 weeks, $1,800 a month, and we got lucky enough to make it a day. So we are extremely blessed by that. But this really just blown my mind. Like, it's so possible to create your own life. You just have to take the leap. Like, I could still be analyzing, is couch flipping real? I could be still watching YouTube video after YouTube video after YouTube video. I could still be, doubting myself. I could still be at my job miserable. Sometimes you just have to take the leap of faith. And I am so grateful that I did do that. And this does kind of go back to the 10X Growth Conference that I watched last weekend. Do you think that there's any correlation that my very best week was the very week after 10X Growth Conference? I don't think that's a coincidence. Not only was it my best week, but I had 2 really good days. And not only that, one of those days was my best day ever. I just think that has a lot to do with right here. I think I could have easily not have done or pushed myself that week and like, oh, we're good. I have this many units in the garage, or I can't really fit it in. So is it worth it? No, like, we made it work. Like, we had a delivery, we had a pickup, we had a delivery, we had a pickup. Like, I wasn't going home empty handed. So a lot of that stuff I was doing in the beginning, and then you do kind of, just as human nature, you kind of get a little bit lazy, and you're like, oh, well, I'm still doing good. Keep pushing yourself, keep putting your foot on the gas. Don't let up. Like, if you want to make money and you want to be financially free and you want to make decisions in the future where you can actually make big plays, take big chunks of money and put them towards big plans and big futures and big investments, you do kind of have to pay the price. So, not trying to make this too motivational, but I just thought that it was something that was interesting for you guys to hear about. So we have 1 week left in the month. We started off this month, the first week was really slow. The second week we're picking up. The third week was our best week ever. And I do want to just continue the trend and really crush the fourth week, possibly even beat what I did last week, which I think is very possible. Like I said, with the 8 units I have in the garage and it only being Monday night, I think it's extremely possible. So I'm going to keep grinding and keep pushing myself to do better and better and keep that upward trajectory and seeing that grow. I did okay in January. I did a little bit better in February, and I really just want to start crushing it in March and April. If you really do the math and say, if I can average like $2,000, $2,500 to $3,000 a week, if you do the math on that and how much that is at the end of the year, it's just it's a lot of money for just selling couches, for talking to people on your phone, to saying hi to them when you pick it up, and it's just something that, like, nobody really thinks about that could be a possibility, but you really can do that. And couches is just one sector. Like, there's so many other things that you can flip. Like I said, I'm really going to get into the real estate. I'm super excited, reading a lot of books and kind of moving towards that. But right now, I just want to crush this and make as much money as possible. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And I'll check you on the next video. Peace.